What's up, everybody? This is me, Prasanna Balakrishnan, back again. This time for the match review of Chennai Super Kings versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. And as usual, whenever I do CSK versus SRH, there is only one person I'm calling, and you see him on screen, who is to the side of me, and coming off of not just this loss but two losses in a row after 5 wins in a row. It's like complete contrast for CSK. Guess who's back in captaincy? Surprise, surprise. I had no idea this was going to happen. This happened yesterday. I was looking at it, and news came out that Jadeja has relinquished his captaincy to MS Dhoni, and I was like, what, really? I mean, there's only 6 games to go. I mean, he might as well ride out the season, but I think he just wanted to concentrate more on his performance, and understandably so. So I guess that makes sense. But if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to hit the bell notification to get notifications whenever I upload videos like this or go live. I will be probably doing a Chelsea match review probably later today or tomorrow because I'm pretty dead tired. I when I start speaking about that Charity FC, I won't be
Ah,
lost for words.
oh,
And
they
of
lost
course,
today too.
yeah, I mean,
Ah,
don't ask me about that. I'm happy that CSK won, so don't dilute the mood. So, but yeah, I did a video on Ankit, aka Almighty Blues FC, whose channel got taken down to a certain imbecile opening adult imagery in front when in a live stream. I mean, you can't stoop lower than this. And now that his channel is there, Almighty Blues Cricket, that's already gone to 2.5k subscribers already. So that's a massive achievement for him. Um, if you could make me get 500 subs soon, that would also be nice. But anyway, that's another point for another day. So there was hella changes today, mainly at least in the CSK's captaincy. Dhoni came back as captain, and actually he dropped Bravo and Dube, and he bought in Devon Con. This is SR's name. So if you could run through it, and if you had any changes, just go for it.
see, I would have just stick to the same lineup. We played against Gujarat, and that's exactly what happened. Again, the ball it was swinging. It was the first inning, so it was swinging, but we couldn't really execute the lines. Marco Jansen, it's another failure for him. The birthday boy, it'll be a little harsh on him. As I said, he's a birthday boy as well. So two back-to-back failures that might just hurt him. The management should do something. He's still young, right?
Yeah,
So
of course.
that's the thing. Yeah. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, as always, he's been good. Ruturaj today he has beat the. I don't want to
Yeah,
say,
we'll
but
come to
he's
that later.
beaten up Bumrah.
This is just the team news.
Yeah.
So there were no changes from the last game against Gujarat.
Yeah. So maybe,
Was he
maybe.
from the play last time?
Yeah, he did. But this time he
Okay,
got injured. His webbing got it ripped again. I think so.
okay.
That's why
Because
he couldn't bowl.
I thought he was. I mean, he was maybe. I think he was. He didn't play one game on the other. I'm not sure which one it was. I
Yeah.
think so.
Suchit might come in next game because his webbing is again ripped, right? So we should see.
Okay, okay. And this was CSK, which dropped Bravo and Dube and took Devon Conway and gave a debutant to Simajit Singh, who has a good record in domestics.
Mhm.
And we were thinking after this, who is going to be a death bowler? Because Bravo is our tried and tested bowler, our
Yeah.
best death bowler, let's so to say. And other than that, I mean, Pretorius is decent, and Mukesh Chaudhary has been leaking runs, and now we have Simajit Singh. I mean, it obviously we want to give him a chance, but he's obviously unknown quality, and we have to experiment with him. SRH, they won the toss. They just gave a break to last game winning the toss, and this time they managed to win the toss again. And as always happens with captains winning the toss, they have this fetish that they have to put the opposition into bat first and have confidence on this team on our team chasing. And is that the mantra what Kane Mama will adopt throughout the whole tournament, or what do you think?
I hope not, because as the tournament keeps progressing, the pitch also changes. And first of all, we don't have much spinners as well, and that too, we used a part timer today, so that was a problem. So if Kane keeps winning on the toss, at least one game batting first, we want to see that, and especially like on these Wankhede Pune pitches where I think rest of our games are right now, this is really helpful. At least one time batting first.
Yeah, and SRH over the years, I have known as mainly a team that can defend any target on any day, especially the 2018 season, where one day you would defend 140, other day you would defend 110, other day you would defend 160. And that was just days of peak Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, peak Siddharth Kaur. Rashid Khan was just on another planet, and it was those days. And this time, just seeing your team trying to just chase every single game. I mean,
Yeah.
that won't probably be the nature of the pitches nowadays, because obviously we are going to be playing on beaten pitches, which they are going to get slower and slower. So probably batting first to make more of an advantage, get a score of probably 160, 170,
Mhm.
or 160, 170 might be less, but maybe 180, 190, and then try to defend it, because these days we see any score being chased down at any point of time. So and obviously CSK batted. We opened with Gaikwad and Conway. We started a bit slow. We didn't get going as we didn't go hell for leather for playing shots, but we had a solid start. 40 for no loss after 6 overs. Rutraj Gaikwad got some shots going. Conway took his time for obvious reasons. He's not been playing for a while. It's this first game since the first match against KKR,
Yeah.
and he took his time. But how do you think SRH fared in that point of time? Because he didn't pick a wicket till I think the 17th over.
Yeah. So I mean, usually whenever we win matches, we usually take power play wickets. Right, at
Yeah.
least we take one, two, maximum of three. That that hasn't been happening against Gujarat Titans and this time against CSK. So that was an issue. So we need those power play wickets. So at least when going into the middle overs, we can sort of contain the opposition. Stop the run flowing and restrict them between 150, 160. That's not happening from the couple of games. And as I said, Marco Jansen's failure has been impacting us. I think against the Gujarat Titans game, the ball wasn't swinging, and that's usually specialty, rolling the arm, swinging the ball, and that wasn't happening. This game as well, he was bowling a lot of short pitch balls. Ruturaj really got the hang of it. He has a great strike rate. He has great momentum, so it just worked out for Ruturaj. There are a lot of areas to first of all improve on, especially the bowling side. I think batting is fine. We've been doing good. So Markram looks fine. One too many shots today, but that's fine. Pooran looked good. Kane Williamson looked to be in touch, but unfortunately he got out. Abhishek looks to be in great touch. First of all, he's the third leading in the orange cap race, right? Umran Malik, he might be taking wickets, but again, as I said, Ruturaj smacked him today, so maybe that's one thing to be concerned of. But it's one of those off days, as always. You can't always be successful. So I think it's just one of those small things to look out for, and then you'll be all set.
Yeah, and speaking of which, and after we first 6 overs we scored 40, we were kind of going along the rhythm, and then after that we just took complete control. I mean, the way Ruturaj Gaikwad was playing, I mean, when you see him in full flow, he's just a joy to watch. Whenever he connects, well, you know it's either 4 or 6, because he just has the whole field like he's just read some kind of, it's like an exam, and you've read some and you've kind of memorized the book, and then you're gonna write the exam and probably pass it. He has all the fielders at the back of the mind, and especially the way he took on Umran Malik. Oh my god, Umran Malik had nowhere to hide. I mean, it's like saying and there's a movie, and there's a Tamil movie called Chennai 28, which was based on fully cricket, and there's a dialogue to there's so what happens in that situation is they keep on bowling leg side, they keep on hitting him. So the captain tells him, don't bowl leg side, they're keeping on hitting, bowl offside. So when he bowled offside, they still hit him. So there's like, dude, even if they bowl in the offside, they're still hitting. And that was what the case was Gaikwad for Umran Malik today. Umran Malik, I don't know what happened. I mean, obviously he's still a youngster. Obviously, youngsters are gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna be super consistent all the time. Last game he got 5 wickets, but this time he just couldn't crack the deal. Apart from maybe the last over where he caught up Dhoni a bit for pace, and Devon Conway slowly got into the game, and then he we all knew that Devon Conway was gonna come out at some point, and he did. And look at that strike rate, 173 strike rate for Gaikwad, who missed out on a century, unfortunately. I mean, I was gutted when he missed that century. I mean, when he cut that ball, I thought, okay, this is going to go for 4, but it ends up straight lollipop into the hands of Bowie, who's just waiting for the catch to be taken. And then Conway, he continued, and then we ended the innings 202. So what do you obviously Pune this doesn't have great batting is a big advantage because of the smaller kind of boundaries, not big boundaries. So did you And before that, we'll just go into the bowling. Bowie didn't wasn't that expensive. Janssen got hit. Tina Drajan was taken. Aiden Markram as well. Umar and Malik, probably his worst game. But they will definitely come back from this. And of course, you still have games to go. There are still plenty of games to be played. I still think SRH would make the top four. My top four stays with Gujarat, Rajasthan, Lucknow, and SRH. That's what I think. Because these four are probably the more consistent than compared to the other teams. We need CSK need a miracle basically, and probably win the remaining. I think 9 games we have 3 wins. So remaining 5 games we still have to win all 5 of them. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be. So did you think you would chase 202 or 203, or what were your initial thoughts when the halftime, when the mid innings was going on?
I mean, 200 plus is always a challenge. I mean, once you look at the mindset changes, how much ever the coaches try to encourage you, once you get onto the field, you feel the pressure of 200. My God, 10 runs, per over.
Yeah,
Pressure is always on. But again, I thought we could chase it. We had the batting power. When Abhishek was in form, Tripathi is in form, Markram's in form, Puran looks to be in touch. It's just Kane that needs to get going, and then we'll be all right. Shashank finished, the first innings for us in style, so we had this kind of confidence going into the second innings. We had a good power play. They set up a good foundation for us, Kane and Abhishek. But then Mukesh Chowdhury came in, took the wicket of Abhishek. Didn't really, make me sad or angry. I still believed in Rahul Tripathi, but he fidgets
one
a
ball.
lot. He
Awesome.
fidgets a lot. Yeah, first ball out. He should have just stayed there for 5 6 balls. He usually doesn't look comfortable in his first 5 6 balls because, as I said, he fidgets. He shakes around a lot. So, he could have just taken his time, and especially when a wicket has just fallen, and you can't just go for the big shot immediately. But he's that kind of player. That's his nature. Big shots. He wants to keep up the strike rate. He wants to finish the game. We can understand that, but again, you need patience in some occasions, right? So that
Yeah.
didn't happen. Unfortunately, it's the golden duck. Adam Markram looked to be in great touch with those 2 sixes, but again, one too many shots. He looked for the third one. He got out. Kane Williamson with a slower delivery, he got out. Shashank Singh didn't look good today, he got out. A highlight today was Nicholas Puran.
Yeah.
Now no one should call him Puran Churan anymore. But he played very well, almost a strike rate of 200, right? And he scored around what, 60,
64.
64.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. Even though it was a losing cause, we can see at least Nicholas Puran finding his way back into form in this IPL. So it's a good signs, but again, it's just the bowling that needs to be a bit more focused on as of now.
See, winning, losing is one thing, but you still need to make a mark out there. And I think
Yes.
Nicholas Puran did. I mean, even at 38 for 6, I still didn't look confident the way we bowled. I mean, this could hamper our run rate big time because
Hmm.
initially when you just look at the scorecard and say, okay, we see CSK won by 13 runs, you are thinking, okay, maybe this would have gone tight. But this was really far from tight. Last 4 overs, SRH needed 68, and you still brought it down to the way you did. And again, as CSK, as last few games, we couldn't catch coronavirus if we still could, and that was. I mean, I don't know, man. How is that? I mean, it's the catches are not even like high running tough catches where you need to dive.
Butterfingers.
Huh?
Butterfingers.
Butterfingers, yeah. You don't need to even run or dive and do a thing. It's straight into your hands. I mean, you do this in school training, let alone in at this level, international,
Yeah.
domestic. From school, you're taught to catch properly, and there's always the saying, "Going catches win matches." And Puran was dropped twice in the space of 3 balls in the second last over. And I
Yeah.
think he himself couldn't believe it. He looked at the sky and he was like, "Wow, this could be my day today. If only I had." I'm not even kidding. If he had maybe say 3 or 4 more balls, he would have won the game for you. Seriously, that's the way he did. But credit to CSK bowlers, we hung on there. And as you said, Aaron Markram, I mean, he hit 2 sixes of 2 balls of Sandner. What was the need to go for the third though? I mean, that those things. And Williamson, I mean, he didn't. That's his kind of his style. He likes to stay till the end, hold one end all together, try not to break free until it really needs be,
Yeah.
until he got done by Pretorius. And I think that was a good ball. That probably killed the game off if
Yes.
ever there was one, because Nicholas Puran on his own, I don't think he was gonna do it.
He
Probably if
didn't
he
have a
had
good
Markram,
partner next to him. They were all going away to the pavilion. That's the
yeah. I
problem.
mean, if he had someone stay next to him and probably just head at
Just
100, strike rate, just go along with the flow of the game and just stay till the end.
yeah.
Probably they would have won. But of course, you do have many positives to look forward to. Abhishek Sharma again, he's in good touch. Aiden Markram is looking good. Nicholas Puran has come to fruition. Hope he can continue that in the next few games. And it's not overly negative. Obviously, you did lose. You've lost your second game in a row. So, but still, you are in a pretty decent position as we can probably take a look at the points table here.
See how SRH fans should think right now is we
Yeah.
lost our first two games and then we went on to win five. We lost.
Hey,
Uh, we
yeah. So this is the table. Gujarat Titans sitting happily on top with 16 points. I don't think anyone's catching them. It's pretty impossible. And the second in the table is another newcomer, Lucknow Super Giants, although they played a game extra over Rajasthan and Sunrisers. So I think GT and LSD will definitely make it. It's only I think GT will make the top two. LSG might be second or third in my opinion. And then after that is Rajasthan, whether they can keep the flow going. And obviously they did lose to Mumbai Indians. I don't know how you lose to Mumbai Indians. Probably their first win. And but they're not going to lose 14 games. Come on, let's not kid ourselves. The win was going to come at some point. It just had to come yesterday. And of course, SRH five wins, four losses. So, and below that we have RCB who are in absolutely zero form. And guess who RCB play next?
CSK. Oh, really?
Yeah. And Dhoni's in Jadeja's captaincy, if we beat them in Dhoni's captaincy, hopefully.
Dhoni versus RCB is always a great thing to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I think both of our teams, whether we're in good form or bad form, whenever RCB comes up against us, we somehow find a way to turn them over. It's just one of those things. And of course, the rest of them, DC, Punjab Kings, KKR, and then CSK and Mumbai. So I think CSK are we have 2 wins in the last 3 games compared to other teams above us. But DC have been super inconsistent. KKR super inconsistent. Punjab Kings and even RCB, all of them are pretty consistent teams. So
KKR only have 1% chance to go to playoffs now, so they're also out. Mumbai and KKR are out. Maybe Chennai still have.
KKR out, KKR above us. They are also 9 games, 6 points.
Net run rate affects them right a lot, and they got I think 5 and 5 losses right now as well.
Dude, we are below them. If you see, our net run rate is even worse.
Oh,
yeah. So we are below them actually. So they have a chance, but the thing is, generally teams going to playoffs, they win like 4 or 5 games at least in a row. You have to do that because you have to have some form of consistency.
They need to win all their games now. Kolkata as well.
Yeah. And do they play SRH?
Yes, they do.
Wow, that's gonna be fun. And of course, there will be games between them where obviously they will take points of each other. But CSK, it's pretty simple. I think we really have. If we win all our games, we go to 16 points. I think they might get us 4th at best because this is a 10-team IPL and gone are the days when 14 points with a run rate used to be kind of set. It's always said that like 16, 17 points definitely gets you there. And when you get 18 or 20, you're definitely fit for top 2. That's the obvious thing there. And obviously, games come thick and fast. There is no room for absolute error whatsoever. CSK, then our next 3 games are RCB, Delhi Capitals, and Mumbai Indians. These 3 games are must wins. There is no second thoughts. We just have to win. And looking forward to Sunrisers. I'll probably share the screen for your fixtures. You play Delhi Capitals next on next Thursday, so you have a good break. And then we don't play anyone. And then you play Kolkata Knight Riders. If you know, you know. Yeah, KKR is there, and then Mumbai Indians, and then Punjab Kings. So pretty much all winnable games, and you should get through. Yeah, I think you should get through to the playoffs. And apart from a major collapse, I don't see SRH not getting through or CSK getting through because We have lost 6 games. The damage has already been done. Probably we could have probably stick to MS Dhoni's captaincy on the start of the season. We might have been standing a chance now. We might have been maybe fourth or fifth, depending on how
But
we
I
were
would just
playing.
like to ask you one question.
Yeah,
Who would be
go
the
on.
next captain after Dhoni? Because Dhoni won't play for another 5 or 6 years now.
I have no idea. I
Moeen
mean,
Ali, Deepak Chahar, Ruturaj, who? Like,
I thought Jadeja would be there at least for this season and afterwards, but then suddenly they dropped this bombshell like MS Dhoni's back as captain again. I'm like, what was the point of even giving it to Jadeja in the first place? That made zero sense.
yeah,
And that's the thing. I mean, Ruturaj is a decent shot because he has captained the state team and he has done well, but obviously this might be a step too big for him. But you have to take chances at any point to have if you have to um, bring out the gems. You sometimes you have to take a chance on them. Look at Shreyas Iyer. Delhi Daredevils gave him a season of captaincy 2018. I think he came towards the middle part. Although they finished bottom, they still stuck with him. And the next 3 years, they've been doing exceedingly well. So it's a risk we have to take, but it just really shows that we really haven't had a backup plan for Dhoni. Of course, it was fine while it lasted. Um, it's one of them things when it keeps on going, you never want it to stop, but then when reality hits you,
yeah,
that it has to end some way. I'm not taking dig at you, but this hopefully this ends way better than how Warner ended it with their Sarich. I mean,
yes, yeah, yeah, for sure.
yeah, I mean, I genuinely thought that would end a lot better given consider what he had done to the team for the past few years, carrying the team, making them the team that they were. And of course, Dhoni, I don't know. I mean, if I don't mind him being captain because he still has that mind and brain. But it's just that how his batting will change now because shockingly this season he's actually been good. I mean, last 2 years he hasn't been his best form for obvious reasons. He hasn't been playing any other thing other than IPL. But this season I thought without the burden of captaincy, he's been able to express himself more freely. And we have to see how that changes his batting. But I think Jadeja, I think he finally caught one. Yeah, finally he took 1 or 2 catches. Probably the captaincy being taken off of him has actually worked. But yeah, it would be interesting to see who CSK or will they keep the same team or will they bring in Bravo, Dubey, etc. We don't know.
Yeah.
Do you expect the same team to play Delhi or would you make 1 or 2 changes?
As I said, Sundar's webbing is cut again. You can
Yeah.
expect maybe Suchitin. That's all.
Okay, so that one change, otherwise the team remains the
Yeah,
same. We don't need to change anything other.
yeah.
So yeah, that's about this match review. About 25 minutes is gone just like this. Um, so yeah, it's about 8 p.m. in 8 p.m. while recording this. I'll probably drop this around in like 10 15 minutes or something. It should not take much longer. And then we go into the dreaded week of monotonous routine once again, as we always do. It's morning in India now, so Papam Ballu. But saying that we still have to go through everyone goes through it. It's only a time zone difference. Nothing much else. I mean, when it's like Friday morning for us, we feel India's already has their weekend.
Yeah.
But when it's a Monday morning for them, we're like, we are still in our weekend. But that I guess is how life happens.
Yeah.
And do make sure to hit the like button on this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and make sure to give Varun a follow on his Instagram. Varun Hanush as well as Crick Chat scores both of.
Cricket scores is banned by Instagram for some reason. They took it
Why?
off.
Did
I
it,
do not.
was it copyright or something?
No, someone hacked it. It seems.
I mean, what is this obsession with? I mean, I know Instagram taking down videos for copyright. I mean,
Yeah.
for some random reasons they take down videos for copyright, and I mean, Cricket scores was fun. I mean, the edits you did and the fact that they were reaching good numbers, people were viewing it, commenting on it, and that was fun. Okay,
That was
probably do
fun.
a Cricket scores part 2.
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe.
yeah, because you have it in you because you can do it. So
Yeah.
I expect you to do it.
Let's
But
see. Let's see.
yeah, give Varun a follow. Obviously, he is a big fan of SRH and he always does He does videos for Bharatanya as well as his own Instagram thing. He posts every match review, probably Instagram reel of probably 2 or 3 minute shot of just what happened through certain expressions. And yeah, hopefully this goes on. And as I keep saying in every single video, we're still in the midst of a pandemic. So make sure to stay safe and wash them hands. Thank you, everyone. Catch you later. Thanks,
Thank you.
Varun.